Do with this thing here is I had a talk with one of the dudes that does some of the live streaming that I like, and oh yeah, don't forget LANSD, everybody. First thing in the motherfucking morning. For y'all of you that are good at drinking, you up this time in the morning. Or you in Central Time somewhere. you know. So yeah, we're gonna start this off. People said they wanted to hear this story about this motherfucking trap ass house. I won't say his name, but cause motherfuckers be getting mad. Oh, you told everybody about that shit. I was in all y'all niggas with that bullshit. So what I'm gonna do in the future is I'm gonna have this thing to where I'm gonna set this up to where it's gonna be on Zoom. And then if you guys want to jump in on the Zoom, you can. And if you have questions and shit, you could do it like live in the flesh, on the motherfucker, and do all that. So I know there's a little bit of lag, and I don't know how much lag there is because I'm looking out here, I'm looking like I'm in the motherfucking Chinese movie in the motherfucker, So I guess we'll start it like that. So what I'm gonna start doing too is because when I do this shit live like this, because I get to be a perfectionist. I'll be like, man, I should have said it like this. I go back and do it again. Sometimes I'll be doing videos over and over and over again. This shit is crazy. So I'm trying not to be doing it like that. So tell you about we can call him Anthony for now. I have a cousin, and he is the kind of motherfucker that has had more opportunities in life than most people get. And he was moving into this place, and God, man, this is crazy shit to be telling this story, but it's just a funny shit too. So he moved into these people, and you see this raggedy ass U-Haul truck, right? They didn't rent it like that. Man, I'm trying to find a nice way to say this. If I might have to change his name out the motherfucker because he did some fucked up shit, and what he did was so fucked up. People to this day still talk about it. They still talk about that shit. They be like, "Oh, remember that time old boy did this? Remember that time old boy did that?" And it's like fucked up, So he had moved into these people's place, and it was, I don't know if can you guys hear that fan running? Let me know if you hear the fan running in the chat if that's making too much noise. Anybody? I want to hear the fan running. I hate to have this damn fan running and be fucking all y'all up. Let's see if I can find out how to turn the bitch off. Nobody hears the fan running? Okay. I'm gonna leave it then. We'll see how loud this bitch is in a minute. Let me see. This is fucking Vegas. You gotta have a motherfucking fan in this bitch. God damn. Oh Lord, have mercy. I done broke something. Oh well. It ain't my setup, so they can get mad at it later. You would put your shit right there. Oh, you can't hear it. Okay, well shit. It took a long time to say that shit because now I done disconnected the motherfucker now. Anyway, I'll run until I get hot up in this motherfucker. So anyway, the story was, oh boy, he's a great dude to hang out with, and he's not a good roommate. You don't never want that motherfucker in your house. And the deal was he was moving in with these dudes, and they all had like their own little apartment, and shit like that. So he had his own apartment. He had a fallout with his girlfriend, so he had to move out. And oh yeah, stream delay. So see, I don't mind the fans. Some people heard it. I knew it. See, motherfuckers, I knew it. Anyway, so he had moved into this. He was moving into this apartment with these dudes, and it was like a house, a little ass house, And people today they would call that a trap house, because motherfuckers was nasty. I used to post about it back in the day about this place, but it didn't start off nasty. Anyway, you see in the U-Haul truck on the screen because that's how he returned that fucking U-Haul truck. And what ended up happening is when he moved in, the street's got this curve to it like this, when you're in the alleyway. So the truck is leaning like this. Well, he's driving down the motherfucking thing, trying to get to where he can unload his shit at. And the telephone pole straight up and down like this. The fucking truck is leaning like that. So he hits the front of the thing and then keeps driving. And then it had all this decal shit on the side of it and scraped all the fucking decal off. The fucking side marker lamps fucking came off and shit like that on the driver's side. It was some crazy shit. And he was just trying to get in there real cool. So he'd already fucked up the U-Haul, And the crazy part about it is because he didn't have a something, who knows what, at the time you find out, he had asked one of the roommates to rent him the U-Haul truck. He can rent me the U-Haul truck, I'll pay for it. So he rented the U-Haul truck, gave old boy the keys, and then they get him in there, and now he's fucked this U-Haul truck up. And he takes the U-Haul truck down to his storage area where all this stuff was at. And this dude packs a lot of shit. He don't know how to pack light. He don't know how to fucking live with keys in your hand and a backpack and go. He don't know how to do that. This motherfucker had big old beds with big old fucking things over top and shit. All that old crazy faggot looking shit on the bed, and all kinds of like just crazy accessories and little goose, what do you call it? Little statues of geese and shit. There's all kinds of stupid shit in the house. He packed all that shit into this motherfucking storage unit. So then he gets this U-Haul truck and he figures, hey, I'm gonna save some money on storage when I move in with these dudes, And the deal was for him to stay on the couch. It wasn't like he was supposed to be moving into a bedroom because he wasn't paying no motherfucking rent. He's supposed to be on the couch. So he's really supposed to bring a small footprint. And they were like, what do you need a moving truck for? So there's a couple of things I got to bring over, Shit, let me tell you something. So old boy, he went ahead and he packed this, and he got me as a stooge with him, and I'm helping him load all this shit into this truck. And I remember Rollo told him, hey man, just bring a couple of things that you absolutely need. Don't bring no extra shit because their house is already fucked up already. So they packed this motherfucking U-Haul. We get all this shit done. And I'm like, hey man, dude told you only supposed to bring like your bed or something, and you're gonna put that on the side somewhere. No, we can bring dresser drawers, motherfucking nightstands. I'm helping to pack all this heavy fucking shit in the motherfucking truck. So we get this thing back, and the truck is packed. And I'm like, man, they ain't gonna like that, dude. You done there's too much space, and you done fucked that off. You done fucked off their space, dog. They ain't gonna like that. He didn't want to hear it. So, he goes, man, we're gonna put all this stuff in. We're gonna pack it like Tetris, dog. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be all good. He goes, and then I can save money on that storage. And remember, the storage still got shit in it, right now. So we brought the truck, and he's like, well, we're gonna do a second load. I'm like, a second load? Man, where you gonna put all this shit? So this was a place. It was 3 dudes, and it was like a 3-bedroom condo thing. And the dude, and back then, the entertainment centers were huge. You had this little thing like this, it had little slats of TVs in the center. You got your VCR over here. You got your DVD player down here. You got your, Oh, I'm in Las Vegas. So the thing is, where this is at, this is in South Central LA, and it was a nice place where he was at. And so he had when you walked in there, it was like a show place. Motherfuckers would go over and watch the Laker games. He had the VCR so he could record the games, and it was before TiVo and shit. He could record the games and stuff and put it all on the tape player and shit, right? So when he get off work, so anyway, they we get up there, and he starts, well, let's pack the shit behind their couch against the wall. So we put the stuff in there behind the couch against the wall, and there's still more shit to come out the truck. I'm like, man, what you gonna do with these motherfucking nightstands? Well, we gonna stack the nightstands up. Stack nightstands on top of each other. Now you got 4 drawers. I'm like, yeah, but you can't see in the top one. It's over your head, nigga. How you gonna reach in there? I'm gonna pull shit out this month. So all this. And I'm like, man, I'm helping him do all this stuff. And I'm like, man, what? This is crazy. So then he he gets this grand idea. Well, we can put the bed in there. Oh, where the fuck you gonna put the bed in there? You done put this dresser drawer. We done stacked the nightstands on top of the dresser drawer, already. So we took all. I mean, we Tetris piled. I should have took a picture of that shit. We Tetris piled all this shit up in the back corner of the apartment. It wasn't really an apartment. It was kind of a house almost, but it was on the second floor, like it was like a townhouse thing. And so remember, we had to take this shit up the stairs, put it up there. Boom. Now you get this big ass motherfucking mattress, big old fucking king size motherfucking mattress. Well, what the fuck you can do with that? Well, when I go to sleep, I can move the couch out the way and lay the mattress down. So, long story short, we packed this motherfucking place up to where you can't walk behind the couch now. When you come in, you walking in front of the couch, sitting down in front of the coffee table. That's it. Because behind you is the kitchen and you can't get to so we packed it all up. And remember, these motherfuckers is at work. So the last load of the U-Haul truck, we bring it back. And I said, man, you can't get another thing in there. He's, oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. So he said, hey, man, we're going to take this entertainment center and move it over so I could put my shit just to the left of it, so I could pack some more shit in there. I'm like, man, where you going to move this to? You only got like this much room. So we started getting ready to move this thing. Well, the cable doesn't go far enough, to plug into the TV and come out the wall and everything. So he said, we're just going to disconnect that. I'm like, you disconnected the motherfucking cable? How they going to watch TV when they get home, dog? And he's like, oh, don't worry about that. We'll just go buy a longer cable. We'll go down to Circuit City and go buy a cable, get them a longer cable. So, all right. So we push this thing over there. Now, meanwhile, now the plugs are running out of room because we keep putting stuff in and we keep edging and edging and edging this motherfucking entertainment center to where it's almost blocking the hallway going in because we blocked the hallway. The entertainment center came about that far, into the open hallway to get down to where the bedrooms and the bathrooms at. So yeah, that's as far as we can go. I mean, you don't want motherfuckers to turn sideways to come down the motherfucking hallway. Let's put all this shit in there. And, at some point he runs out of cord distance for everything to be plugged in. So he snatches that out. He don't give a fuck, He snatches that out the wall. Now this shit is unplugged. This shit is moved out into the thing and all this. So I take off. It's the end of my day. I'm gone, man. Hey, whatever. So dude comes back from work knowing that he gonna watch the Laker game because he recorded the motherfucker on the TV, and he's excited to come home. He's like, he's diddy bopping, up the stairs. I mean, because I heard the way he told me the story, which is funny. So he comes up the stairs, he pops open the door to his apartment, or I keep saying his apartment, it's a townhouse thing, but he opens up the door and he sees all this shit packed the fuck up. All this shit packed up on that back wall, fucked up. Hey, what's up, man? And so this shit is packed up in the wall and stuff like that. I mean, his place is fucked up. I mean, because it was a nice place to hang out. Now you got to walk in there like this here, getting around. So he gets old boy and says, "Hey, man, what the fuck? What we got all this shit there? What are we doing?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I wanted to get rid of my storage, so I kept piling stuff in. I made room for everything." Like, you didn't make room, nigga. You done fucked my whole house up. My whole living room is fucked off. You got all this shit piled in the back there. You done moved my entertainment center. You can stick it out in the hallway. He's mad as a motherfucker, right? Not as mad as he's gonna be. So he like, man, what the fuck? And he notices the clocks are off on the thing for the VCR and the TV thing. All this shit's off. He's, you unplug any of this? Why is this what is this off? What's going on? So he like, yeah, well, I had to, I had to make room, so I'm gonna buy you a cable. We can go to Circuit City and buy you a longer cable and an extension cord for everything. He said, man, what time did you do this at, man? Because I'm recording the game. I recorded the game. And he's like, oh no, we started early, we worked blah 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 blah, which means this shit's been unplugged for hours. You done missed the game, nigga. So So he mad as a motherfucker. He's about to go off on like an Atlas rocket. Now he done got home. Motherfucking Laker game is fucked off. He really wanted to see the game. I can't relate to that because I'm a sports dude. When sports events were going, I was usually breaking into your cars in the parking lot. That's what I was doing. So sports didn't give a shit about. I don't give nothing about that. And so he mad as hell. He's like, "What? You done fucked off my game?" He mad, man. He mad. He worked his job. He come back. This is a fucking Laker game. He didn't listen to the radio because he didn't want to hear nobody tell him how the game went. He didn't go to the liquor store because he don't want motherfucker talk about the game. He don't want to see it on thing. He didn't come home because it's supposed to like the Bulls versus the Lakers or some bullshit, whatever the fuck it was. And so he's mad as a motherfucker, right? Oh, motherfucker, goddamn, shit. He's mad, as anybody would be, I mean, you do that to a friend of mine, you disconnect his pornos, he get mad like that too, But anyway, so he mad as a motherfucker. And he's like, man, we better go turn in this U-Haul truck, man. And and I almost said his name. Old boy gives him the keys. Oh yeah, go ahead, turn it back in. So dude goes down to the thing, and it's dark outside, and the U-Haul place is still open a little bit. He don't see the tape on the front of the U-Haul truck. He don't see none of that shit. He just kind of comes at it from behind and gets in it. And goes to roll this, to go turn in this U-Haul truck. So remember, he rented the U-Haul truck for old boy because, he said, I have a credit card or whatever. He gave him some kind of okie doke excuse. You're going to find out what the real reason was. Dude drives in to go turn in the U-Haul. He gets out. He doesn't notice it because you're not looking for nothing wrong. Who fucks up a U-Haul truck on purpose or by accident or out of stupidity? Check a box. So he goes to turn it in, and the little Armenian guy comes out there, and he's looking. He's like, "Oh, what the hell you do? What the hell? Hey, bro, what the fuck, bro? Hey, all this shit." So he doesn't even know. He's like, "Oh, look at what!" Now the truck is lit up now, and he's coming from the front of it now. He sees the tape. He sees all the shit on there, and the decals all fucked up because it was scraping along the telephone pole to get in there. I mean, it is fucked off. Side marker lamps are missing, and the dude is mad as a motherfucker.com. Hotter than fish grease. This is going to get your license. This is going to get you. And he's like, no, man, I wasn't the one driving. I didn't know it was messed up. I didn't. And, he's backpedaling like a motherfucker. I mean, he wished he could moonwalk at 60 miles an hour at that point, right? So, dude, the U-Haul is mad. He pissed off. And these were new trucks at the time. You look at it now as an old raggedy truck, but he mad because now he's got to answer to somebody for this shit, right? So, yeah, so, man, you guys in the chat be doing it, boy. You be trying to get me to be laughing. But yeah, you're right. We'll talk about the Laker games and breaking into cars and how good that was in a minute. But, so he's mad. Now he's like, no, I'm going to get old boy to bring his license down because he don't want to point on his license. He don't want the insurance on the thing getting fucked up. And it's already LA. You paying crazy hella insurance anyway. And this is back then when, $200 a month for insurance was expensive, So he goes back mad. He goes back there and sees Anthony, or whatever his name was. And he mad. Motherfucker, you fucked up this U-Haul. You didn't tell me nothing. You didn't tell me nothing, man. You let me roll up there like a fool, like a sucker, man. No, you come on down here. You got to come down and talk to this motherfucker, this damn truck. You got to get my name off that bitch. Man, I got a job. I can't get fucked up, man. So he gets him in the truck, man. And they both go back down to the U-Haul. And so he said, look, this is the guy that was driving when it happened. So old boy gets out and he's like, well, yeah, but, I didn't know it was that bad. I tried to tape it back up in place. Figure y'all got a mechanic back there. You can kind of just screw it with a screwdriver, and all this stuff, man. And this whole thing is jacked up. I mean, he done bent this thing up in places you can't fix with no screwdriver. So dude is pissed off. So then the Armenian guy at the thing says, okay, well, it says you were one driving. Give me your license. I'm going to put it in the system here. So old boy goes, I ain't got no license. And he didn't have no license because his license was suspended. He shouldn't have been driving anyway, And then, man, old boy is mad. And so the dude's like, oh, no. He goes, oh, no, license, no, no. And he mad. Then another Armenian guy comes out looking like a pack of cigarettes. That's what he looks like, right? and he mad. All this bullshit back and forth, right? They writing shit down. They going around looking at the truck. So Rollo ends up taking it on his license and taking it against his insurance and all this stuff, and it really fucks him up. Just remember, old boy has just moved into their house the first day. He's fucked off the Laker game. He done fucked up his house. He done fucked up that U-Haul. Now he done fucked up his insurance and fucked up his motherfucking license because they keep track of that shit, right? Because now he got an accident on the motherfucker. They done call the police, all this shit. And old boy, he, when all the stuff going on, he just hops on the bus. When everybody's talking back and forth, he hops on the bus and goes back. Leaves him there by himself. Hey, he's looking for, hey, boy, we'll do that. And this is before cell phones, were a thing, And he fucked him up. So that night, I guess he when he got home and old boy wasn't there, well, he wasn't there at the office with the U-Haul shit. He comes back. He's yelling at him, motherfucker, where'd you go? Why the fuck you leave? They didn't want to talk to me. I don't have no license. I couldn't do nothing for him. And all the guys was going to do yell and shit. Everybody's got a bad attitude. Like, bad attitude, motherfucker? You fucked up their shit. Now you done fucked up my shit. Now I'm back at my house down there. You done fucked my house up. This is the first day he's in the motherfucker. First day. So, believe it or not, they let him stay for a couple of days. I don't know how or why. I would not have. I wouldn't let him in my house the first time. So, because everybody knows what a kind of motherfucker he is. So, I guess at some point, and he's a nasty motherfucker. That's the only thing, too, that I really didn't mention. He's a clean-cut, primp dude. Some of you guys know who he is. And he's always looks good, always got the cologne, but the motherfucker's got some fucked up, nasty fucking habits when you living with this motherfucker. When he goes to take a shower, when he takes off his underwear and shit, he hangs his dirty underwear on the motherfucking doorknob because he don't like his underwear hitting the floor on the doorknob. Think about that. So then he had another thing where he didn't like to flush the toilet all the time. I don't know if he didn't like it. He's like, I forget. How the fuck you get up off the fucking toilet and forget to flush the motherfucker? So, you be coming into a bathroom and you open it up, smells like a cool breeze off a Chinese piss pot because fucking shit has been sitting in the toilet for all this motherfucking time, and you're stinking. And some of you guys are writing in the chat, you got to hell away from him. Some people are not that smart though. So he, the toilet and stuff, he would do that. He would take a dump in the middle of the night. And then here you get up in the morning to brush your teeth, walking in the bathroom, and all you smell is doo-doo. You're like, first thing in the morning, oh man, what the fuck? Motherfuckers would brush their teeth in the kitchen because you never knew which you was going into that bathroom, because he would do that. He would crack off a dookie, Bob, and he'd be stinking like a motherfucker, slam the door, So eventually, they get on the move a bunch of his shit out back in the storage, and they return their front living room to what it used to be, where guys used to sit there and, people would do a line off the table. People would drink a little soda or something, a little this, that, a little booze, all that kind of shit, right? Dudes be doing heroin, at the dinner table, all that. I mean, it was like a cool place to kick it at, And they went back. So I guess one day, dude tells old boy, he says, look, I got a date coming over tonight. He's all, don't be here. Don't be here when my date is coming because we're going to watch TV. We're going to hang out. He goes, for tonight, you find somewhere else to fucking go. And it wasn't like he did this on the day of. So, he had time to find a place to go, hang out with somebody, go some fucking where, but don't be here, nigga. So, man. So let me stop this share right quick here. So he's supposed to be gone. Old boy gets off of work. Rollo gets off of work, and goes pick up his girlfriend that's wherever the fuck she was working at, some mall or something. I think Fox Hills Mall or some shit. They come back. Old boy ain't supposed to be there. Ain't supposed to be. So, him and his date, they come up the stairs, And I only know this story in detail because these motherfuckers would never let me forget. Oh, why you let that nigga move in my house? Blah, 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 blah. They, every time even to this day, hey, remember that time? Oh, man, damn. Yeah, 30 years ago, man. Damn. You know, people get mad about shit like this for a long time. So he brings his date up there. They crack the door. There he is on the couch, sprawled out. He been drinking all day. He's laid out on the couch. Trash all over the table. With the top ramen things all over the wrappers and shit everywhere. Empty bowls piled up. You know, the forks and shit all over the place. Like, and so this guy brought his girlfriend. You know what's gonna happen? What's supposed to happen? So he's like, he goes to shake her. Hey man, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, what time is it? Oh yeah, let me get up. Let me get up. You should have been gone. Get up out of here. So the dude's girlfriend decides, well, she's going to go to the bathroom. So she said, well, I got to go. She's going to freshen up because she's trying to get to Pound Town. That's what she's trying to do, you know. So she walks into the bathroom and he goes, She hears her go, because you know there's a turd in the bowl. You know it, right? If there ain't piss on the seat, there's a turd on the bowl. There's right there in there marinating, stinking. Ain't a fan on or nothing, right? She walks in there, So she goes to, when you're looking at a nasty toilet bowl, you're so mesmerized by it. You looking at it. She reaches back to grab the door handle to open the door and get the hell up out of there. And she's got dirty drawers in her hand. She's got this nigga dirty drawers. And this guy, man, Rollo, I'm not laughing at you. I know, but 30 years, it's still funny to me. It didn't happen to me. So she's mad as a motherfucker, man. She's hot as fish grease. Ain't no naked time coming on tonight, boy. Ooh, she don't even wash her hands in that motherfucking bathroom. It stinks so bad. And here, old boy is trying to put his pants on. He talking about leaving and all this stuff, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. So she goes, take me home. I need to go home right now. I need to go home. I got to go to the bathroom. I can't use your bathroom. Your bathroom's nasty. So he drives her home. And old boy figured, well, okay, date's over. So he's cool. He sits back down on the couch and he starts watching TV. Man, if there was ever a time to take a hint and not be there when the dude gets back, wow, I'm up here crying. I'm laughing so hard, dude, because this was some shit. And dude comes back after dropping his date off. Well, they actually went out to dinner and then, whatever, tried to make the best of it. And then he came back and he was like, you're leaving tonight, motherfucker. You're leaving tonight. Get your shit and get the fuck out. I mean, he was serious. And it is a dude who's really cool. Yeah, right, yeah. Send Q on it, boy. And so they, he said, you're leaving tonight, motherfucker. And he's like, well, I got nowhere to go. And I got to make plans. So dude opens up the sliding glass door that goes out to that little balcony they had. We used to call that the spot where people go out there and smoke, because sometimes you couldn't smoke in the house, And so he grabs something out of the pile of Tetris shit on the side of the thing there. He grabs something, one of those little faggoty little geese or whatever, some stupid little whatever. And he says, you are leaving tonight. Parts of you are leaving right now. So he walks to the thing. He grabs, this could have been a sitcom, man. I mean, so he grabs the whatever little goose bullshit thing and throws it right from where he's standing at the couch to out the motherfucking sliding glass door. It goes down into the alley in the back. Blow! And he's like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, no, you're leaving tonight. I'm telling you, leaving tonight. All this shit is going to be gone tonight. So dude starts throwing the shit out. I mean, he's literally, and old boy he's not gonna fight. You know, he's not that kind of dude. Man, you're gonna destroy my stuff, man. What are you doing? That stuff costs money. What are you doing? Meanwhile, this dude is throwing his shit out like it's a thing to do. The shit is getting thrown the fuck out. I mean, all the way out. And he threw that little nightstand thing out. Boom, clack. You know, so old boy calls me up, and it's the FM time. You know, everybody knows on the clock. You got the AM, you got the PM, and the FM. And the FM is when anybody calls you at a certain time in the morning. So what are you doing calling me at 2 o'clock in the FM? Everybody knows what time that is. He calls me up. I got to get out of here now. I think I'm in danger. You're all dramatic. The danger of what? What'd you fuck up now? I didn't do nothing, man. I just went to sleep, woke up, he was all mad at me. Like, remember, I don't know the story of what happened already. So I said, all right, man, I'll come get you. And so I drive down there and go to pick him up, and his shit is all piled up in the alley, broken. You know, what could break is broken, and what couldn't break is blocking the alley. So by this time, they thinking that, see, this is what happens, because the two of them is arguing. He throwing shit out the glass. Now people think the two of them is in a gay relationship, which is a hand grenade for him later, for Rollo, because he's still living there. So I pick up, man, we got to get this thing, got to get this pick. I said, I'm not picking all that shit up, man. I said, the best you can do is grab some of the stuff off to the side that's important. And if it ain't important, we're leaving. Because I said, the cops will be here. I said, I guarantee it. He throwing shit out of here. You guys are yelling at each other and all that shit. Or he's yelling at you. I said, I'm not sticking around for the boys in blue, jog. I'm not doing it. I got too much, man. They're going to go, oh, and who is this? Nope. Nope and a nope. I don't mind running from the cops, but not if it ain't my fault. I ain't doing it. So, man... So I drive him back. He's cussing Hoey, man. He threw that out. You know, that's several $100,000 worth of stuff. I got all this stuff. This stuff was valuable. He broke all this. He broke all this. I don't know how he lifted up the. He says, I don't know how he lifted up the dresser drawer. And I'm thinking to myself, he was mad. This dresser drawer was made of wood. It was from the '60s. It took two of us to load it up the stairs. He said, old boy pulled the drawers out and lifted that motherfucker up and tossed it into the motherfucking alley. And it came down with a clattering of noise. So, man, that was what happened. You know, that's how he fucked up. That's how he ended up in the trap house. You know, after that, because was there anywhere I could stay? I said, there's a place you can stay, bro. But, you know, all that bougie shit you're doing and you trying to be, this guy's as nasty as you are. And he's like, I'm not nasty. I'm blah, 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 blah. And, you know, motherfuckers is nasty. They don't want to hear it. The motherfucker's nasty. You know, the motherfucker's nasty. So this is, I got to share that with you, motherfucking ass. Oh, damn, I got to do this shit, man. I got to start learning to do this shit by myself because I'm now doing this shit on my motherfucker. All right. So this is how old boy's place looked. This was exactly what he needed. Let me see. You guys can see that? Let me see what happened. What happened there? Oh, okay. So that's where, this is where he ended up. This is what old boy's bathroom looked like. And it was that was on a good day when you catch it. And that's what his bedroom looked like, you know. And I was like, and so when we get there, old boy, he like, oh, this place is filthy and nasty. Almost like a Carlton type from the motherfucking, the Prince of Bel-Air shit, right? Yeah, you ain't lying, boy. He met his match, all right. This place. And this dude was like he did a little bit of heroin. You know, he was running with Ron for a little bit. And when he was really doing it, his house would get fucked up like this, you know. The only time I ever saw it look good was back. I think when he was trying to get his kid back, he actually cleaned this place up. Now remember, him and his girlfriend used to live in this house like this. They used to sleep on that bed looking like that. And that stuff looked like that all the time I went there. So there was actually, if you go back in the history on my Facebook page, we actually were trying to hire some maids people to come in their house and clean it because he was trying to get his kids back, you know. And so when the maid service would show up, they would be speaking Spanish. They were like, oh no 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 senor, no senor. They jump. The Mary Maids would come out. They got that little Volkswagen Beetle looking thing, and they roll up all happy with little mop buckets and shit, and walking up the walkway, you know, to the house. And they saw how fucking nasty that place was, man. And you thought the Exorcist was going on in that bitch. They was running like scalded dogs out of that motherfucker. They were like, oh no no no, you know. We ended up having to get some crackheads to go over there to fix the place up. But look, there's the kitchen. You know, this is what I call it. I used to call his convenient kitchen. You know, because you never have to look in the cupboard for a bowl because they're all over the motherfucking countertop. You just pick one. You know, pick one that's not as dirty as the other one. You know, this is how this motherfucker live. So he stayed there for a little while until old boy found a girlfriend to latch on to. It's I want to move in with you. You know, but what the pictures don't do, they don't tell you how the place smells. You can't see the smell of, you can't smell the smell of this because when you look at the picture, I always keep turning the wrong direction looking at this shit. But when you look at the picture, you see there's glasses full of drink, you know, that they haven't been consumed. Speaking of drinking, I need to get on that. I'm messing up right now. This is how these motherfuckers used to keep it now. Now, this is how the motherfucker get on the computer. You know, you could tell, you can think of the Newport cigarettes and all this shit. I mean, you know, this is back in the day. I mean, even AI wouldn't be able to come up with some shit like this. This is real shit right here. Niggas be nasty. And if you walked over, you know, one time I wanted to check my email. He's on my computer over there, dog. I walked over there. I sat down in the chair, not looking, and I popped right back up in the chair. Oh shit! I didn't want to touch nothing. Man, you thought that thing was on fire in front of me. I had to get up. Yeah, these images actually ended up on 4chan at some point. When we put this in Craigslist, the next ad we put out said, "Hey, this place needs severe cleaning. We're going to show you what it looks like." Blah 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 blah. And if you wanted a deal, you could move in from rent. You know, you wouldn't have to pay rent. You just come in and clean up. Because every maid service that we called to this place said fuck no. The people that we knew that said they did, or house cleaners and all that shit, they said fuck no. Oh yeah, the urine bottles. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you know what this nigga would do? They used to play this game called Total Annihilation, where these robots are trying to kill each other or some kind of thing, some bullshit he'd have on the screen. And he would sit there for hours on the computer doing it. And it's nasty shit. He'd be smoking like this. The nigga was so lazy, he wouldn't even get up to take a piss. He would sit there and piss right in the bottle and then, you know, put it on the table and go like this. So you'd walk in there and it was not uncommon to see bottles full of urine and smell them before you got close to it. And and he had an excuse for that shit. And he was so, well, technically urine is clean. Urine is clean, nigga. You know, you can actually, if you ever get stung by jellyfish, you can pee on your foot. If they get you in the foot, and you can pee on it and it'll clean. I said, man, I ain't stepping in no jellyfish in your house. I ain't trying to fuck with that. I mean, motherfucker got jellyfish in here too? I was almighty. This nigga crazy. And that's why we would always meet him outside, you know, which began a problem later. And yeah, they made fun of this. I saw it on somewhere that somebody had made fun of it, but we were laughing at it. Everybody laughed at this place, you know. And this is back in the day, boy, when we was doing shit, and we had to. Well, y'all niggas making fun of me on the internet, nigga. You know that got back to me in my chat room on Warcraft, World of Warcraft, some shit. Somebody, cause I guess they recognized some shit or whatever the fuck it was. And he said, "Oh, them niggas put me on the internet. They making fun of me. They making fun of me, them motherfuckers. They don't even know me. You know, shit, this place all right. This place all right." And the more he would tell, I think he really believed that place was all right. He really did. And you know, it's man. I looked at that shit, boy. I said, this. That's how he lived. Yeah, he get mad. So this was one of the champions right here. I know I talked about this the last time, but I don't know if that many people really got to see it and me talk about it. But I'll go into these things too because I didn't have all my stuff loaded up when we were doing ATMs. For a lot of you guys, and I used to be on Craigslist big time, always looking for stuff, trolling with motherfuckers, fucking with people, doing stuff. And then every time I'd find something. Now, if I found a vending machine or an ATM machine, I would buy it. Didn't matter if it worked or not, because if it didn't work, I didn't care. I don't know if you guys have heard those stories, but I'm gonna tell it again because I just talked to it before. Yeah, people talk about seeing these pictures before. Yeah, I'll give you the one better. Back when the Arsenio Hall show was on TV, this dude wrote a check to a buddy of mine who was a landlord for $650, and I've seen that image of that check that he sent me in the news group back in the day all over the internet. People don't even know where the fuck it came from. You know, it came from 14616 Caswell in Compton, because that was the rent, and that motherfucker was $650. So that's where it came from. But that's a whole nother thing. I don't think I had that loaded up so you can see it. I don't even know where that thing is. So yeah, so this is one of the champions, and we made a lot of money with ATMs, and it was a good thing. I mean, and here's how the ATM scam would work. You'd buy a broken ATM. Sometimes you didn't even have to connect it to an internet because people, you know, you got to pay extra for that. So we just wanted to plug in, and we'd buy the thing, and then we would get in there, and Double O Negro would get in there and work some of the computers up to where when you stuck your card in there, it's copied your mag strip and all the information on it. It's taken an image of your card, and then you supply us with your PIN number by trying to log in. Deet, 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 deet. And it'll say, "Oh, there was an error. Please re-enter your PIN." And this was on purpose because seldom people would mess up their PIN twice in a row. So just in case they gave us the wrong number, they'd go ahead and put it in again. Deet, 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 deet. And it says, then the next screen would come up. Would you like to view your balance? No. So would you like to withdraw money? Yes. As soon as you hit that yes, again, it would ask you, for security purposes, please re-enter your PIN code. And they put it in again. And then when it was going to come up, this machine is unable to dispense cash. And it would end the whole thing and kick the card back to you. So you don't know you're getting scammed. You're just like, oh, the damn ATM didn't work. Remember, this is back in the day, not really back. I can't say back in the day because it wasn't 100 years ago. But when you put your code in there, you know, you thought, oh, well, this wasn't no, and you're not thinking you're going to get ripped off. And we used to do these things called micropayments back then, where we would take 25 cents off of your card. So we had we had a company that was called Processing Fee, and that was the name of the company. So that when it shows up on your receipts for your card, it says processing fee, 25 cents. And we never took over 25 cents because in California, the rule was if you stole over the sum of $1, it was considered theft. So anything up to that, we were thinking about doing 99 cents, but there were some places that would charge your thing and it would jack it up. Long story short, we just 25 cents. The math was easy. we're not dealing with motherfucking rocket scientists. When we can figure out how to fuck off an ATM, but we ain't trying to fucking count no money, no decimal points, and carry no one and no none of that shit. So this is what the other one learned. Now this one was a good one, boy. Ooh, this was in a mall. We had gotten lucky enough that an ATM company had cleared out of the mall because it was versatile back then. They had these big ass machines back then, and so we didn't even ask permission. We had a friend of mine said, "Hey man, Fox Hills Mall's got a spot where the ATM used to go, and there's not one there." So man was like, "Oh, it's tan pants time, bro." So we used to have this thing called tan pants, and we would wear tan slacks with a polo shirt button up, and then you could get away with all kinds of shit doing that. As long as we both wore we were blue polo shirts and tan pants. Take a little the forklift dolly thing. We rolled this motherfucker into position. Nobody questioned it. First thing in the morning, we rolled. Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? We had a little clipboard and shit. You always gotta have a clipboard. I mean, I have probably got a clipboard in here now somewhere. But we take clipboard. You walk it in there, and we would have the thing printed out already and say this is the address and blah blah blah. Case security. You know what? Security never fucked with us. But we had a whole thing ready. So yeah, we're supposed to put this in. Where is space B? Even though you could see it on the thing and on the floor in the mall, you could see where the spaces were. And so we loaded this motherfucker in the mall, plugged it in, and the beauty of this one was there was an internet line, a phone line back then, just a regular phone line. And we snapped the phone line in. And the beauty of this was now we didn't have to go back to the ATM every once in a while and pull the drive out of it. Now this thing would go doo-doo-doo-doo-doo and dump all the information into the computer over the internet. Back then it was over the telenet or whatever the hell they call it back then. And so what's cool about that is we'd be sitting there and I got one running right now. Ain't that a bit? I didn't even realize that. I'm sitting there talking shit. And this is for my camera for a garage in the back. If you look over my shoulder, I got one running right now. Oh, I didn't even fucking think about that. Look what the fuck. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's how you can turn your back and watch it at the same time. Anyway, you'd have a computer sitting somewhere, taking all the information in and storing all of it in live time. So we would get everybody's card numbers, PIN numbers, stuff like that, and it wouldn't work. All our ATMs never worked. Sometimes they would call. Eventually we learned to put a number on the thing because it was some shit that would happen. We were at I think it was the Glendale Galleria. I think we had one plugged in and ready to go, and it was doing its thing, but it was out of service all the time. But it would pop this out of service only when somebody couldn't get it to work, and then. Long story, yeah, dial-up internet back then. So anyway, man, long story short, the people at the mall didn't know how to get a hold of us. So what they did, they said, well, I bet if we unplug this thing, they'll come here. So they unplugged the phone line. And for a lot of these ATMs, when you got a thing going and you unplug the phone line, it's supposed to send a signal to the home office, hey, somebody stole your machine. So we didn't have that hooked up, but we noticed that the telemetry stopped coming in. All the credit card numbers stopped. I said, what happened? What happened? And then, so we rolled down to the mall, and sure enough, it was unplugged. We're like, who the fuck unplugged this thing? So as soon as we got over there, here comes security. Hey, you guys need to leave a phone number because your machine's been out of order for the last month. And people get mad with this machine, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, really? I didn't know. I'm sorry, We'll do something about that. We'll get your sticker put on there. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm going to plug it back in. Oh, yeah, okay. Plugged it back in, and we came up with a sticker. And the sticker was the greatest thing that ever happened to us in our lives because the comedy that it brought. I mean, we were doing all kinds of vending machine shit anyway. But after this, any vending machine of any type, we put in a sticker on there. If you're having problems with the machine, please call us and leave a detailed message. It was basically what it said, just to call and leave a message. And then the phone calls you would get, I've got some of them I've got to play. I got to find a way to play them. And the recordings were funny. I put money in the machine here, and or I tried to get money at the ATM. I'm here with my family. Tell you all this unrelated bullshit. My family's here. This is blah blah. We were gonna buy this. I was gonna pull out $100 out of the machine, and I put the right code in there and everything. I didn't mess that up, but guess what? It wouldn't kick any money out. Oh, you listen to it, and after a while, you start laughing because the disappointment in the people's voices over a machine that's it's giving us what we want. We have your credit card number, we have your PIN number, and we're stealing your shit, as we speak. And as the list compiled and got bigger and bigger and bigger, we're only taking like 25 cents. I think by then we were doing like 40 cents. We were living on the edge. And then of course we had another friend, Dimitri, that he did the same thing. He didn't have the discipline we had. I'm gonna break up for 1,000. I already got the PIN number. I'm gonna go in there and check the balance. So he made a skim card. He go into the ATM. He hit their PIN, find out how much money's in there, and try to pull out the maximum for the day, 500 pop. Go back the next day, 500 pop. And guess what? Eventually he went to jail. They caught his motherfucking ass. They're gonna find you doing shit like that. So, we still do, or somebody's still doing that to this day. You're looking over my shoulder. Yeah, somebody's doing it. I see a couple of those blue ones. That's Chase. That's a Chase Bank. Chase will put a hold when you do a charge on your thing to check it for fraud, and you'll see in about 10 seconds those will go away because it's holding those until they get verified. So you'll see that. Yeah. So it should be going away, but see, you can't watch that thing. You go crazy thinking you got caught. Oh, they caught me. Nope. See, it's gone. So you got that going on. So when you see that, that's Chase. Somebody's using Chase Bank number. But man, so what we used to do before that, there was so much work, man. And this was the champion. This was the one that started it all. We got this ATM for $500. None of it worked. None of it. But the part that did work was the card reader and the thing in there, and then Double O put a little hard drive attached to it. This was the champion. You put this bad boy in and said, get cash now. People get excited. They want to put them, they want to get some money. How do you get some money? It's right near the food court. People's excited, boy. And they had a camera in this one. And we like the camera because we can see people smiling as they walk up to the machine. Putting the code in. You laughing the whole time. And then they put the code in again. And the smile comes down to where the level. And then they put the code in again. And then they pull the card out. It ain't working. And watch them walk off. Man, motherfuckers would get high and get drunk watching this shit, laughing. You laugh so fucking hard, you don't know what to do, man. You sit there, When that shit went to Cat 5 cable, you could watch the shit in live time. Dudes be sitting there going, hey, nigga, look at the motherfucker, They be smoking like a motherfucker, man, and laughing. We be watching this shit on TV. Look at this motherfucker. And people like, what you laughing at? We watching fools getting got. We were like, I wanted to put it on YouTube, man. Back in the day, I wanted to put it on YouTube bad because, man, people got to see how funny this shit is. When you see these motherfuckers in their faces, shit. Oh, shit. Let me move on here, man. This is how we had to do it back in the day. We'd have to make this motherfucking skimmer. And this was a bitch to do. We had like Double and Negro would do this for us. We'd go take a picture of the ATM, take the measurements and everything. Do it at night. Nobody sees you do it. And then you make this thing that goes on top, and then it'll save to a little like a USB thing in there. But the thing was, you had to go back and go get this thing. You had to pop it up, take the USB out, put another one back in, and slap it back down. And that was a job. That was one way we used to do it. And then this is another thing. There's another one we used to have. This was a good one too. This one was funny though. You take with this and you put a little bit of silicone, like you put around the bathroom caulking and stuff, and you slap this bad boy down. And when you flap it shut, it looks exactly like that. Most people don't even notice. They don't even notice that they're getting ripped the fuck off. They put in the only problem about this one is we had to, get the thing. We'd have to put a video camera up, to watch what codes were going sometimes, and we just didn't get the data on the thing. So we would do what's called a force, where we would take your pin number and force it against maybe 100 different things that we watch up. I don't want to get you in the minutia of that, get you guys all caught up with that, but anyway, this was when we had the gas station. This was cool. This was nice because you can see we were getting ready to in there. We had the let me see if you guys can you guys see the cursor here? This is where the USB thing would go. We stick that USB in there because we don't want to be fucking with that lock. It just looks official. People say that lock. Oh yeah, ooh, look at you doing something. People like to see that, Oh yeah, this is when I posted like here. Another Jigga Jones ATM looking at legit as hell. I know you will use this one. It pays out and keeps your numbers and info for us to rerun later. Do you think people will notice what's fake on this unit? I think it turned out pretty good. And I was posting this shit on Facebook at the shit at the time. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was actually posting that, so people could see how good we did. I was proud of this one because the little thing that it fit around the thing at the gas station, and one of our boys that's a welder put this thing together and we put it up there, and it was good. It was legit, man. I mean, people saw it, and then eventually the fucking Iranian gas guy was all like, "Hey, take this, your machines are garbage. Your machines are garbage. Your people don't know how to do nothing, And you sit there, you take that. Oh, I'm sorry, man. It's technology. You can't have it perfected. And man, shit, we didn't give a fuck that it didn't work. It was working for us. That's all we gave a fuck about. We were like, yeah, it's working for me, nigga. I'm good. Yeah, that was one of those. Okay, then there were these. Remember these? These were the best because. Well, let me see if I got another picture of one of them things here somewhere. Yeah. Now this is where did you get your boy now? You put these. You could buy these because they hit Europe first with this shit, and you could buy them. And they weren't illegal to buy back then. You could totally buy that shit, and it was good. So you take these things and you stick it on top of there, and then it was doing the skimming for you. It would do the skimming for you. So I guess it's a 101 in how not to get got at an ATM. I mean, it doesn't happen so much anymore. We usually just use ATMs that don't work. That's so much easier, so much harder to get caught that way. But these things are cool. But the only problem about the little skimmer thing you put on top, they know at some point you're going to come try to get the thing off of there and get your information off of it. They did start doing these Wi-Fi later for you guys. Oh, well, they make them Wi-Fi now. Yeah, I know that. It's Wi-Fi now, but at the time you had to go back and connect your USB, stand there for like 2 minutes, and then disconnect it and then put it back. And that would reset it. So sometimes the cops would set up a sting, and put up a camera or something and find out, who was doing it. Good way to get caught on that one. This was another one we did here. This was at the bottom of a, I can't even tell you where this one's at because this one's still running. Yes, this one's local to me here. And it's a little ATM, and you see a little plug right here. See a little plug, yay, a little plug. This one actually does work. We stopped doing that broke dick shit where we just wanted to scam everybody. The neighborhood this is in is a little bit more upscale. You can't get away with that shit. But you see, I always got to have my camera because this sure is funny. It's not as funny when people get their money out of it. But this does legit transactions, and people actually get money. We actually have to go out and put more money in it, and we make money off of the fee that we attach to it. And then also, every once in a while, when we get a little low, my boy says, "Hey man, I want to buy a new car. Let's get some money." And we'll hit it on the 25-cent run and hit it. Bam, a little bit of money, And these machines will do thousands. And you can store a credit card. And the cool thing about credit cards is it actually tells you when it expires. So I have a system to where it will, when the card expires, it will automatically remove it out of the system. so that usually a month before, like if it's 6/27, or six, or let's say it's 4/26 is the expiration, it'll remove it now, because you don't want to have a bunch of flagged stuff going through your system where it didn't pass, it didn't pass, it didn't pass. They're gonna know you're a scammer. And so, how do we know that one? Because no motherfucker got caught like that. Yeah, they go. You know, and I feel like I'm showing like a slideshow like they used to do in back in the day when the guy would come back from his trip. He sit up there with a slide projector and shit. You know, and he would look at my picture from Arizona. Click, 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 click. The little thing would turn. You know, click, 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 click. It'd be boring shit. Look, there's me and the missus standing in front of the whatever. Oh, I see some Wells Fargo popping off in the back. Okay. Okay, this was one that we did. This one was good. And I'll probably lose some subscribers for this one, because on the last one, when I talked about the home invasion shit, I lost subscribers for that. People don't like to hear about nasty shit, and people don't necessarily like to hear about racism shit. So I know CQ gonna be mad about this one. We put this one in the Mexican area. We had a thing where you could, yeah. You can already imagine how much more effective this one is versus other people, because some of these people, they're not very logical and they don't think deeply. In certain neighborhoods, they don't. So we will say that. So when you see the Spanish on there, you get the idea where this was placed. So what would happen is we would put these in the Mexican neighborhoods and they wouldn't complain to nobody. We had the thing set up to where when you put down to take $100 out, this was a good one. You're gonna like this. when and I don't know why we didn't think of it sooner. But see, it's in the Mexican neighborhood. This would fly. In the nigga neighborhood, they'll destroy your machine. So how this would work? Somebody would go to the ATM, and then they would try to pull some money out. And so you wanted to pull out $100. So you hit the button to pull out $100, and it would say, "Okay, withdrawing $100." You know, go ahead and take your card. Take your card, and it'll go beep, 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 and the thing will make noise. Clack, clack. And your receipt would pop out. No money would come out. Yeah, no money would come out. But guess where it did go? So people would do it again. They put the card back in there, put the PIN code back in there again, and try to pull out $100 again. And they would do the whole thing, kick your card back, clack, clack, and no money again. So each time you stuck your card in there and did that, it was charging you on the other end as a legitimate charge. And the camera on this one was funny, boy, because people would be all dramatic and shit, you know. Man. But see, you do this in a nigga neighborhood, they gonna tear your machine the fuck up. So what we had done was we had figured out where you put the tray for the money, because you know, it's a pain in the ass when you go to change the money out and change the money out. So Marcus, Mr. Burglary, he came out, and I probably shouldn't have said his name like that. But anyway, he would come down to the thing and he would do the refills. And one day he got lazy. So what he did was he figured, man, there's a thing called the chat back where when you do the bill counter, it counts the money as it comes out of the thing, lets you know, hey, you asked for 5 bills, you got 5 bills. Well, what he would do is he just disconnected that little 2-wire connector so that it wouldn't report that it didn't give 5 bills. It didn't give a count at all. And then he went to the toggle and turned off the counter. So what it would do is it would take the money, would draw it out of their account, and not kick no money out. This was a fun thing here. It's amazing how you put a machine up to take people's money and they can't wait to stick their fucking, this is what I'm telling you, all this bullshit security, you know, they give you a credit card. I mean, I got credit cards up here, somewhere in here. I've only been able to start that. But people can't wait to stick their card in somewhere and use their secret PIN code, cover their fingers. I don't care if you cover your fingers. I got all the numbers. I got all the input, you know. And they would do that, man, and they do it over, and they would do it over and 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 over. Funny shit. I mean, I don't know. I look at this stuff. So, like, think about this. You guys, when you call in for your bills, right? You're calling say your phone company. Yeah, for security purposes, give us this, that, and blah, 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 blah. Who the fuck is going to log into your account and pay your bill? Nobody. What kind of fucking security is that? That's stupid shit. You know, I always wondered I should, as a thief, I looked at it, that's a stupid ass question to ask and when to do it. Ain't nobody breaking into your account to pay your fucking bills. Ain't nobody doing that. And you should call them on that bullshit, because all they're doing is wasting your fucking time. You know, you call into the power company, and okay, sir, for security purposes, can you verify your address? What for? I'm paying the bill. You don't need me to verify shit. Just take my goddamn credit card number and be done with it. You know, instead they play all this security theater bullshit. Meanwhile, you get ripped off. You don't get a phone call. You don't get a text message when you really get ripped off. You know, nobody says shit about that. You know, motherfucker talking about you here you are trying to do a $25 purchase, they cut your card off, you know, and you got to call into the bank and kowtow to the motherfuckers and verify everything, tell your mama's maiden name, the last time I took a shit, what I ate for breakfast, all this bullshit. And it's a legit thing. But when we coming through, we passing all that shit. We coming in there, they ain't asking us a goddamn thing. You know, shit. So I could, don't even get me started on DirecTV shit. But I can call up a motherfucking place, give them what's called a running number, and I can take money off of your credit card or out of your bank account by saying it's a transfer. You know, and nobody asks me shit. As long as my numbers are right, that's good. They don't ask me what's the last four of your account. They don't ask me none of that shit. You know, it's all the money we done transferred to different parts of the world. They don't never ask you none of that shit. But yet here you are trying to get your own money. And I hear in some fucking banks, when you try to go withdraw some money to go buy something, you got to beg them to get your money out. They're like, oh, what are you going to use money for? None of your business. Well, we can't give you the money. Motherfucker, look here. You're not going to be standing in this window behind that glass all day long. You better give me my fucking money. And, you know, that's why you don't leave money in banks. Don't leave any money sitting in the bank. Here's the Jigga Jones advice. Don't leave money sitting in a fucking bank. If you got bills to pay, you got $1,000 worth of bill, put $1,004 in the bank. You know, don't leave shit in the motherfucking bank. That way you got money at home, so when one of us breaks into your house, we got money to steal. You know. Anyway, it's gonna get got. It don't matter if it's in the bank or not. You know, but no, I'm just telling you, don't be trusting these motherfuckers with your money. Okay, now this was one. I didn't think this would work. We had a van, and for you guys to remember when we did this was funny because we had an ATM that we couldn't really place anywhere because it was a wall ATM. Like, what are we gonna do? Build a fucking building? And because when we went to buy it, I'd sent somebody else to buy it, and I think it was $1,000, and and it didn't say it was a wall mounted ATM. It just said ATM unit, fully working. $1,000. So we jumped on it. Old boy picks it up. He brings it back. I said, dude, this is a wall-mounted ATM, dude. What the fuck are we going to do with this? We'll open up a fucking bank building? What are you doing? And he's like, yeah, man, this is it. I didn't know. It's ATM. Look at it. I said, yeah, look at it. Where the fuck are you going to place it, dude? We just fucked up $1,000. So he said, no, I got an idea. He put it in this fucking van and cut a hole. We took a plasma cutter, cut a hole in it. And then he calls me up. You know, because he's trying to make amends from burning up my $1,000 buying this fucking ATM we can't use. And I wasn't as patient as I am today back then. I was mad because I thought I could have bought 2 broken ATM machines for that money. So he comes up with the van, boy. He rolls up. We're like, look at this nigga here. Mr. Burglary is fucking crazy. Ain't nobody gonna fucking put their money in that shit, dude. He goes, yeah, you take it to the swap meet. You take it down to this place, that place, and park it in events where they have carnivals and shit. He goes, the cool thing about it is this can roll away when the carnival's over. Like, what? Oh, shit. So we did a couple of different scams on this one. And believe it or not, when you look up here, it actually, I can't believe this worked back then. But look, get your money here. The other side, fool. He put that in there. Where's it at? Bank dispenser. Well, it was on the passenger side. You know, and they would park it like that at events and shit. People dumb enough, they would do it. They would actually put the money in that machine. And then it just let me know that motherfuckers can't wait to just throw their money away. They love it. They fucking love to throw their fucking money. We see their hard-earned money just fucking fly out the window, and that's why I'm glad to oblige motherfuckers like that. You know, I'm glad to be of service. You know, I'm glad you like what we do. You know, the government does it. You don't bitch. You know, why should you bitch when I'm doing it? You know, you get before you even get your paycheck, they done stole 30% of your shit off, and they ain't gave you fuck off nothing. You know, so shit. Why can't I get a little bit in there? You know, get my chisel in there, get a little bit. You know. So what we would do with this one is we would run it with no chat back on it. So it was an ATM. We'd fill it up with like $3,000, take it to an event, and when it ran out of money, it ran out of money. But guess what? It still made the noise. Clack, 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 clack. No money came out, and guess what? Your money was gone, no doubt. And people would just fucking do it, man. They would do, and they'd be standing there with the kids and shit. We had a camera on this one, was funny, but the bad part, we didn't learn until later to aim it down at people, because you kind of using it like this. Because sometimes you would, all you get is the top of their head and their hand doing this, you know, because it's kind of high, because it was over the wheel well, but where else were the fuck we gonna put it? You couldn't put it on those doors. So we had to mount it up kind of high enough over the wheel well, and under that there was a thing with hold the money under it, so it had to go up that high. So if you're familiar with how high these vans are, that thing's up. So this was fun, and we did this for a while. And you know what? When you look back at some of the shit that you did to pay your bills and to make some money and make rent, you know, you look back and go, damn, I was a motherfucker. So, man, anyway, let's see. Oh, yeah. So I can keep doing live streams and stuff like this. Don't forget to thumb this thing up, because the last one they did, they gave me some flag shit because, you know, whatever, I'm cussing and saying shit and whatever. So don't forget to put a thumbs up on the motherfucker, you know. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, this was another one. Oh, this was good. We had some friends that were part of this Somali network over in Germany and some of the other places, and they would run a fucking scam and then send it to us. And we're like, oh, yeah, these motherfuckers are breaking motherfuckers in Europe doing this. So we had all kinds of shit that was going on. Now, you can't even see the scammer device in this one. It's this. If you look closely, you'll see this is actually pressed fit in. This is not part of the whole thing. It's pressed in there. You can't even see it. We later got it like, that's what it's supposed to look like. That's what ours looked like right there. You know, we would do that on certain machines. And they would sell us this thing right here. We bought those, I think, for $3,000. And they were worth every penny, because when you found a machine that had that, you pressed it right in, it had that little glue on top. What was funny about it is that you could program it, and you could get stuff from it on a, remember I used to have that little wireless tablet thing. And you didn't have to touch it. You could walk by it, download all the information off of it, and keep rolling. You didn't have to touch it. You had to get close to it. We pull up alongside of the curb. That was a good one, boy. I mean, you know, like one of my attorneys said one time, he goes, you know, if you put all this effort that you do into a business instead of stealing shit, you'd probably be a millionaire. So I'm a millionaire now. Shit. Fuck it. You know, when YouTube stopped paying me, I said, well, fuck, I just go back to the old ways that I know that pays. You know, shit. But there's that skimmer thing we talked about a little bit here. And look, you really can't see it on there. People don't notice it, you know, unless you know to pull on that motherfucker, you know. I should do a whole thing on vending machines that we did. I think I talked about it another one. I might take that clip out of the old live that I did last week and put it up, because the one that we liked the best was the photo booth. We bought a photo booth off of Craigslist, man. I don't think I have it lined up here to show. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see if it's in here. I don't think it's lined up to show. But we bought an old photo booth. It was big and heavy, and it would go places, and we put it out. And what was cool about it was when, of course, we had that little 800 number on there. You know, I wonder where the 800 number goes now. Yeah, I haven't even started. Anyway, people call up, and they'd be disappointed that they couldn't use the photo booth. They were there with their family, you know, and they tried to take pictures. They couldn't take no pictures. You know, and it was $5. You had to put $5 in it. You know, and then we give you 6 pictures, you know, six-pack. Sit there. It's supposed to do anyway. What it says on the outside of it. And man, the voicemails you get off of that was hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Bro, motherfuckers crying and shit. Oh, I'm here with my friend and we're over there like touching pictures and it didn't work and I couldn't get the money back. Oh God. Use your cell phone, bitch. But anyway, the 800 lines were the best because you could buy them for $20 a month and you could sit there and laugh and laugh and laugh. Oh yeah. CNQ dropping some knowledge in the chat, bro. When YouTube made us partners and promised us you get money and get paid for, they did for a little while. Yeah, we did for a little while. You know what, man? I'm gonna try to see if I can dig up those because they're saved in AIFF format. I'm gonna try to convert some of those so you can hear them and fucking laugh. Because the voicemails of these people are fucking hilarious, man. Crying and shit. Fuck, it was my last $5. I was gonna go to Subway and buy a sandwich, but we figured the two of us would take a picture. You know. But you just couldn't wait to stick your hard-earned money in that fucking machine. What's wrong with people? Man, I see a machine, I'm like, fuck that. I don't understand it, man. I mean, you go to these restaurants now, they did this in LA because motherfuckers don't speak English. You got to go to the fucking tablet, on the thing. And I want to order this and that, and I don't want none of this, and I don't want none of that. It's faster to say, give me a number 2, no pickles, to a motherfucker to register. The motherfuckers in these restaurants, they're hiring such defunct, dumbass motherfuckers. They're so fucking illegal. The motherfuckers still got bills that are due in the country he left, coming over here, and you can give the motherfucker a job. Here, you get to work here. The motherfucker can't speak English. What's he gonna do? Oh, look up on the screen. We'll translate it. Oh, what the fuck? And people wonder why now they want all these illegals out of here and shit. People don't understand that whole shit. So I won't even get started on how illegal immigration fucked up Los Angeles. That's going to be a whole nother video. And this isn't against anybody, but it's just the true things that happen. You can like some people and realize they fucked your shit up and still be cool with that. So the thing is, especially the black community, if people in the black community say, well, in the 60s, we wore nice clothes. In the 60s, we owned businesses. Well, guess what? They moved in a whole fucking class of people. They could pay less money. They don't have to give them 2 weeks off. They don't have to give them motherfucking benefits packages. Remember when you used to get benefits packages? Guess what? Mexican or somebody, let's say somebody south of the border that comes here from any one of the motherfucking countries, they ain't getting that shit in the country. They coming up here, and they get a job and they're like, oh yeah, I got more money. I can send money back, whatever. And they'll live in squalor. They don't give a fuck. Here you are, you trying to be a black man, and support your family and do all this other shit and doing all this shit. And they just keep cutting your wages down, cutting your wages. That's why my father's committed suicide over that shit back in the day. He was a carpenter, and they had this illegal alien influx when I was little. They came here, and all these carpenters used to be journeymen. They used to make real money. Carpenters used to be able to take vacation and take their kids to Disneyland and afford it, all that. So, all that shit. So yeah, that's a whole nother thing we'll have to talk about. But yeah, do I use ATMs myself? I do, but I'm very smart on how I use them. I don't usually use an ATM because I don't keep money in the bank. But when I do have to use one, I've got one account that I use. I'll have to show you the card. You guys wouldn't believe it. I'll have to do that sometimes. Shit. I gotta show you that shit. I said somebody to show you. I use different names when I open up accounts and stuff. And there's ways you can do that legally. So yeah. If you got to use an ATM, then do that. I just carry cash. In the places that don't allow you to pay in cash, I don't go to those places. I don't like being tracked when you spend your money. Now, I'll tell you something else about spending cash, but get out of the habit of using your debit card everywhere you go. Get out of that fucking habit, because there'll be a day, and it's already here. Like if you've ever engaged in any criminal activity, they track all your banking and shit like that. A fucking police officer can look at your shit. Go back to spending cash. Even if you got to go, hey, I'm going to spend $500 a day, and you're going to do it, go pull the cash out. Go to your bank, walk into the fucking branch, pull the money out, and start spending cash. Now, yeah, they can track the bills and all that other shit, but go back to spending cash. You don't want somebody that doesn't know you to click at your bank history and think they know you because they recognize a pattern they may see. That's fucked a lot of my folks up with some shit too, and then people that I know that are legit had to fight to prove they were innocent because their fucking banking record looks all fucked up. Stop using debit cards on places. You want to use a card to do somewhere? Use a fucking credit card. Reason being is because the billing is always behind where you're actually at. If you really want to use a credit card for some shit. But that's how not to get got. That's another one. That came out with a little thumb thing where you could pull, and that was a nice little tab. Oh yeah, okay. Well, let's see how long I've been flapping on here. When I'm here talking, I'll do a couple more minutes. I don't want to bore you guys with this shit here. This is the bad judge. Oh yeah. Let's see what we got. I got some shit to look at here. Let me see where you guys are at in the slideshows here. In the slideshow, niggas. So yeah, man, there was so much shit that happened. Let me see if it'll still show you this on there. And I can't really tell if it does or it doesn't. Sorry about that, folks. I gotta slow it down a little bit so I can see where the hell I'm at on this motherfucker. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, man. So these I've been wanting to do independent videos for this stuff for a while, and I just haven't been able to do it. Just because it's just such a pain in the ass, to do a video and all that shit. Let's see. I think this is the next card game here. Let's see. I am hoping you guys are able to see that. Let me open that up and kill this one. Open that up. Screen sharing has collapsed. Well, I'm gonna uncollapse that bitch right now. Bop. Bada bop. So this was the next scam that I was talking about here. Was DirecTV that we would do, and this was something that we used to do. And this was, I'll tell you guys about this one here, and then we'll wrap it up. But oh man, I don't even know where to start with this one here. This was such a funny ass thing to do. Let me see if I can find the DirecTV shit. I may have to do some more shit on that because damn, I know I got one that shows them doing it. Yeah, here we go. So that's down here. Let me, how do we rename this shit? Let's see. Let's see if that'll let me show that or not. I don't know if you're able to see that or not, but I'm gonna do this. Go back to the motherfucking share. There we go. I can share that. Okay, so this is how the DirecTV scam would work. They would do, whenever DirecTV put some shit in front of your house, they would always point that dish, towards your house. Or towards, like if you're the neighbor, they always point it so the neighbors could see the logo on there. And that was to advertise for their motherfucking ass. They would use advertising with this shit on the side of the house. They'd always put this shit up there so you could see, oh look, they got DirecTV. Oh look at them. Oh wow, ooh, that bullshit, right? So what we would do is we drive up down the street, casually, and we always used to keep a notepad. I mean, I got a notepad here now. I'm always got a notepad and shit. So when you look at shit like that, you say, oh. 1421 Aprilla has got DirecTV service. You write it down. So this one here got Dish Network. You write that down. And you just put that in your little thing. You just kind of, and you put that, and you just kind of let it marinate a little bit. So then what would happen is we'd wait, and we would do a bunch of stuff to do. There were means of finding out addresses and stuff like that. One of the things we do, it'd be another Tan Pants Day. We go down to the what do you call it? Netto. Yeah. Oh man, that's a good question. We go down to like DWP or whatever with a clipboard with addresses on it and say, hey, yeah, we're going to be doing solar power in the area and we may need to contact these people on this address. You know, what do you guys have? And they'd usually give you the names of the people. You know, sometimes they give you the contact phone number out of it. Yeah, but guess what? When you call on the phone to verify your bill, you got to verify your bill before you get the information. But I could walk in there dressed up in tan pants and a motherfucking polo shirt, and they would give me all the information I wanted when I slip a clipboard under the motherfucking glass. So then we'd have your phone number. A couple days later, we get on the phone, and we had these dudes, you know, and people hated this dude, TCM, Indian dude we used to have, and he was good, boy. And he was over there in India because in his country, this shit wasn't illegal. You know, he would call you up. Hello, this is the Direct TV. We're calling you. And he would basically give you the whole humbug of, you know, you missed a payment back about 5 months ago. The auditors caught it. And we just have to charge you $24.99, you know, for the thing. But I have to get your authorization on the phone to do it. And they go, okay. And they go, yeah, they don't let me know the credit card number, so I'll have to put it in. So go ahead and let me know what the number is. And what card number do you want to use? And they give you the card number, expiration date, address, billing address, all that shit, you know. And you go doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and he hit the button. He says, you know what? You're actually in for a credit. I can take $10 off of this payment right now. And they go, oh, yeah, take $10 off. Oh, yes. And they're happy. They think they just paid $24.99 for some back payment that they didn't miss, and now they're only paying $14.99. They're happy when they hang the phone up. They don't realize their fucking credit card number and information has now gone into our database where we will be pulling 25 cents off your motherfucking card or more. You know, we would do this before the Super Bowl. People would flip out, boy. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut off the service to your Dish network. You know, we're going to cut it off because, you know, there's a payment missing. And people go, oh, my God, they get this shit all laid out. They're like, oh, my God, no, don't cut off my motherfucking cable. Please don't cut off my motherfucking dish, you know. And they couldn't, they go, well, it might be $99 you might pay. I don't give a fuck. Just charge it. Just charge on the thing. Keep the shit on there. And, they would, man, listen. So after a while, we had a database of these people's information and shit. And what would end up happening was we would call them up, we'd find out who they are and all that shit. And, you know, we had their information already saved. And we'd say, hey, we can upgrade your DirecTV box, you know. And then we take these bootleg boxes that we bought off of Alibaba. And the comedy of that shit was... we now gave them a bootleg box, and they had their card in it that was in there that was good and it was valid. So we would take the thing back to the van, the whole unit, and while we were in the unit looking for the new box, we would put their thing in there, clone that fucking card, clone it. So we would now give you a bootleg box with your card in it and throw it back. Well, it would work. It would work good, not a problem. But now we got your original box, and then we could copy the cards, and that card looks just as good as what you would see. So now you have a bootleg box, you have your card, we have an original box and a bootlegged card. Match made in heaven, because now we can walk back and forth up and down the street and say, hey, y'all want DirecTV for free? Yeah, oh yeah, free. Oh yeah, hell yeah, free. Yeah, nigga. You know, good. Pay me $500 and I'll give you the whole unit and you ain't gotta pay no payments. Oh yeah, nigga. You know, and that was funny shit, boy. The people all up and down the street got motherfucking what they think is DirecTV, and they actually bootleg it off of your shit. So then when the DirecTV motherfuckers come down there, they don't see, you know, that we would use a generic dish and put up there, which works, you know, same thing, and all that shit. And they would pull your card out and they'd be like, look, you had the original card, you know, and they don't ever think twice to fucking bust open the box and see if it's original. They would just replace your box with a new one, plug the card in, now shit's fucking up. You know, oh man. So without getting into the minutia, how that shit works, you'd have a bunch of people that paid $500 now calling you, hitting you on the hip and going, hey man, my DirecTV stopped working. So, oh, well, we may have to buy you a new card. How much is a new card? Whatever we felt like saying the money was. You know, if it was $50, if it was $100, $200, say, oh, we got to get you a new card. They changed the codes. You know, we took some elaborate story. They did change the codes. You know, but you know, so that's how that worked. And the best way to do that was to go to a guy that owned a sports bar or something like that. Go in there, offer him, hey man, I want to watch DirecTV tonight. Can I borrow your card? And I'll pay you $200. And the guy's like, yeah, okay. Take the card out, take it home, copy it. You ain't watching no fucking TV. I already got 10 of these motherfuckers in the house. I don't give a fuck. Let's see. Look, that's how many we would have stacked up. And those are the real DirecTV boxes right there. We had that motherfucking shit. You know, as soon as we made the trade-off, boy, we was in good, boy. Because now nobody knows that you was a fraud. You got the original equipment. And with DirecTV hiring outside contractors so much, you know, you gotta watch all that shit. So that's how that would go on there. And they would get that on there. And that's exactly how that thing would run. And that's what the people would do. So once you saw that, you were able to save all that, you can move it on to the next deck. So you see there's like 20 decks sitting up there. And you got stuff going on over there. So once you got all the stuff running and it's in place, you could have all the stuff up there. So that's kind of the runs of how that goes. And then if you were smart, you had some kind of a system like this that would save all your power and get all the stuff ready for you later. And then all you need to do is go behind one of the cable places. And then you could have all these motherfucking boxes back there because they throw these away. And what was good about that is when you went back there, they threw them away on discount. And, you know, once they threw them away, you could take these original boxes, put your original stuff in there, and nobody would be none the wiser. That's how that thing would work. You pile them up and keep them running. I mean, there was a lot of, I mean, it was like a job doing it, but as long as you were on top of it, it stayed cool and it stayed current. So I know this one isn't as exciting to do because this was actually a little bit of work to do, but you see the copy looks just as good as the original did. So yeah, look at server. Yeah, you should see what's going. Yeah, this is the server room. It's just what you're looking at right there. You see that gap between those two machines back there? See that gap? That's where all the DirecTV shit used to be in the actual room. Let's see here. Well, y'all, because I'm moving on to the next part of this, so I'm gonna let y'all go on this one here. I'll hit you guys back. I got to find out what time. I'm trying to work out a way that you guys can add into the Zoom. I'm gonna figure a way out for that so that you guys can get into the Zoom, and I'll be able to share that with you guys so you guys can jump in there. But I'm gonna try to get this thing running through Zoom. It seems to work out pretty good. I mean, I was using OBS Studio before, but it likes to fuck with all your colors and shit. You know, I'd be coming on looking like Michael Jackson during the late years. So it was fucking up my complexion. Looked like I was trying to pass or something. You know, look like old Armenian or some kind of thing up here. You know, I don't even smoke cigarettes. So I'll let you guys go with that, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing y'all again. Like a nigga say he do. It's a Jones Jigga Boo. I'm out this motherfucker. And that's all for you.